This is Jackanory Antarctica. Slime by David Walliams, Part 8. Chapter 15. Giant Jelly Babies. Nothing happened. The Envy twins looked all around their emporium before returning their beady-eyed gaze to the boy. "Why are you shouting, boy?" demanded Edmund. "We are standing right here," added Edmund. A feeling of panic washed over Ned. As Slime was all the way up on the roof, he must not have heard. There was only one thing for it. Shout louder. "I said, I want to introduce you both to the wonderful world of slime," repeated Ned. Still nothing. Things were not going to plan. "Slime!" the boy shouted again. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. The Envy twins shared a look. "Why, oh why do you keep shouting slime?" asked Edmund. "Because if you say it loud enough, it will magically appear." Oh, indeed, agreed Ned. "Let's all try together. On 3. 1, 2, 3. But before they could all shout, slime appeared. It was gushing down the chimney and began flowing through the fireplace all over Ember's emporium. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. "I am sorry I'm late," Slime called out. "I was on the loo." Ned looked puzzled. He had no idea Slime had to go to the loo. What would it pass? More slime? There wasn't much time to think about that, as all at once the shop was awash with slime. "No!" shouted the pair, and this time it was Ned's turn to do the chuckling. The two men were up to their knees in the stuff. Slime whisked the boy up and placed him on the counter. "Out!" bellowed Edmund at the slime. "Shoo!" bawled Edmund. "Begone!" they both screamed, but still the slime was rising in the shop. Burgle, gurgle, gurgle. "Now, Slime," began Ned. "Yes, Ned," replied Slime, as it was now coming up to their necks. "I want you to translime into a dozen little children." "What?" exclaimed the Envies. "Just a dozen, you say?" asked Slime mischievously. "Make it a nice round 100, replied the boy. "No!" cried the pair. But there was nothing they could do. In a moment, Slime began breaking into 100 blobs. These blobs took the shape of children. Soon there was an army of giant jelly babies. "Children!" screamed Edmund. "Children! Children everywhere!" "Now, children," called out Ned, "help yourself to any toy in the shop." "No!" cried Edmund, but there was no stopping them. The children of every size, shape and colour began taking the toys off the shelves until Envy's emporium was completely bare. The Envy twins tried to stop the children by snatching toys back, but then another giant jelly baby would come up behind them and give them a great old whack around the head with a toy. Boof! Owie! The biggest of the giant jelly babies ran to the counter, and Ned pushed himself onto his shoulders. "Squelch! Time to go!" ordered Ned. All the other giant jelly babies charged out behind him, all proudly holding their toys. Word must have spread around the island that something was going on at Envy's emporium. The frizzy-haired girl was back, and this time she brought her friends. There were children from all over Mulch waiting outside the shop. The giant jelly babies handed the children a toy each. "Thank you, Ned. You're the best. This is brilliant. Serve the twins right." "Wow, cool!" shouted the children as they made off with the loot. Inside the shop, Edmund and Edmund were broken men. They fell to their knees and howled in despair. Ned slowly opened the door before shouting through the gap. "Boo! Ah!" The twins screamed. Chapter 16. The perfect shade of green. From high in the sky, the island's park rolled into view. Slime had translimed into a pterodactyl, the flying reptile that had ruled the skies millions of years ago. Ned was riding astride its back with a smugtastic grin on his face. A pterodactyl darkening the sky must have been a terrifying sight for anyone below in the park. Not that there were ever people in Mulch Park, that is because the park keeper forbade it. Aunt Greta Greed had appointed the old soldier Captain Pride as the island's park keeper. The man took such great pride in his kingdom, or parkdom, that nobody was ever allowed inside. "Keep off the grass" is a sign you might see in the park. "Keep off the path" less so. "Keep off the park" never. There was no doubt that the park keeper kept the most perfect park, not just on the island, but in the whole world. The grass was an exact shade of green. Not too brown, not too yellow, just green. If a blade of grass became in any way discoloured, Captain Pride would dangle himself off the lawn with his special prize tackle. This was a piece of apparatus that Captain Pride himself, ex-member of the Queen's Guard, had invented. It consisted of a winch, a harness, and a series of ropes and pulleys. Pride's tackle allowed the captain to dangle over the grass without touching it. Then he would take out his 24-piece green felt-tip pen set, with every shade of green imaginable and no other colours. Then, dangling just above the ground, the captain would colour in the discoloured blade of grass, so it matched all the others perfectly. The park keeper was doing just that when he heard the flapping of prehistoric wings overhead. Flap, flap, flap. Of all the things the park keeper expected to see that day, a flying reptile was not one of them. In his army years, Captain Pride had witnessed many terrifying things while serving in the jungle. He had woken up to discover a python slowly digesting his right foot as he slept. Ah! Been blasted in the bottom by a bazooka. Boom! Mamma mia! Tiptoed over stepping stones to cross a river, only to discover they were actually snapping crocodiles. Snap, snap, snap! Stumbled across a group of gorillas who were intent on playing kiss chase with him. Mwah, mwah, mwah! Yuck, yuck, yuck! Been caught in a stampede of elephants. Stamp, stomp, stomp! Then marched around as flat as a pancake for weeks. Looked in the mirror to shave his beard off, except on closer inspection, it wasn't his beard. Oh no, it was a great big hairy caterpillar squatting on his chin. No! Yanked on what he thought was a toilet chain, only to find it was in actual fact the tail of a tiger. Rawr! Put on his underpants, only to discover they were crawling with cockroaches. Munch, munch, munch. Come face to face with a hungry hippopotamus, the creature burped with such force it blew him clean over. Blah! Thump! And most horrifying of all, opened the door of the wash tent, only to be greeted by the sight of the old Major taking a bath. "For goodness sake, Captain, knock next time. I am in the nudie-woody." But Captain Pride had never, ever seen a pterodactyl, which was understandable, as they had gone extinct millions of years before. Let alone a pterodactyl made of slime, with a boy riding on its back. "What in the blazes?" he bawled. In shock, his 24-piece green pen set tumbled to the ground. Scatter! As he tried to snatch at his precious pens, he accidentally let go of the lever on his Pride's tackle. Yank! The rope spun through the apparatus. The next thing he knew, the captain found himself hoisted high up in the air by his ankles. There he began swinging to and fro in a manner most unbecoming for a man of military bearing. Swish, swash, swish, swash. His head thumped a tree. Dunk! His bottom slapped a rosebush. Rustle! Then, horror upon horror, the slime pterodactyl, or slimadactyl, set its mighty feet down on the parched green, its mighty claws digging into the grass. "No!" cried Captain Pride, swinging himself as hard as he could to set himself free from his tackle. Whoosh! This he did, although not without landing upside down in a hedge. Thunk! "Oof! Can't you read the sign, you dinosaur?" Captain Pride hollered as he brushed bits of hedge off his blazer and smoothed down his moustache. "Keep off the grass!" The pterodactyl translimed back into being a blob. Ned slid off his friend onto the park bench, which had never, ever been graced with a bottom. After all, there was a huge sign that read, "Keep off the bench!" "What in the devil is that thing, boy?" demanded the captain. "It's my friend," replied Ned. "I'm Slime," said Slime. It reached out a blobby hand for the captain to shake. The man's nose wrinkled in disgust. From the bench, the boy looked down under his feet at the perfectly green grass. "The grass is looking especially green today, Captain Pride," he chirped. "I said off!" "I brushed that grass only this morning," protested the captain, waving a toothbrush from his breast pocket as proof. "You have another sign that says, 'Keep off the path,'" remarked Slime. "Well, where, oh where, can we stand then?" asked Slime. "Absolutely anywhere you like, as long as it's outside my park. Now begone!" But the pair were in no mood to go. The two friends shared a smile. The naughtiness was about to begin. I wonder what they'll get up to. We'll find out in part 9. But for now, good night.